They were my business on the front page. Headlines. I threw prescription in Dior frames. Sunshine. I had the vision back in 12th grade. Lunchtime. That I'd be killing with Dr. Dre. I never wanted to ever be over. I'm out of Philly, I thought it'd be colder. I might need a chauffeur. Check out my jiggy, check out my Now who are you? I don't know what you do. I don't know, you short a few.
Oh, don't make me have to lose it.
No, hold up, come on, out the jaw, come on. Ooh, savage, that's a nice get up. International, rockin' Japanese denim. Enough gas to get you above average. How many more do I have to from
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. On first down, Goff, eluding the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. To throw is Goff. And a little floater there is incomplete. He was looking for Todd Gurley. And it's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Again, Goff. Going for the deep ball. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson, sliding out of the pocket. And he rifles one incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Hard throw, incomplete.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, and the whole month of December is still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. That's caught inside the 20. Goff finding Cooks on a big play. And even 50 yards.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive. 3rd down. Spectacular catch. Turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves him from a 3-and-out. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Second and goal from the 1. Goff going to keep it himself. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. This Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation. On the keeper, here's Goff. So called out no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
Now this feels like old school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
Goff going to keep it himself. Trying to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand.
Come on, let's go. Well. Shotgun.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. He's got a man, complete. That one goes for 36 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make the play on the football.
He's going to air this out for Baldwin. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off by the former Husky, Marcus Peters. Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. They've got it 1st and 10 inside their own 20-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now a handoff for Gurley. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll try the air now with Goff. Steps away to his left. Pass incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Goff now looks to throw. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll run it now out of the gun. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear. But here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd down, Wilson. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. The tackle there by John Johnson.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got Lockett. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Tempo, tempo. 14,
Wilson. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Good jumbo, good jumbo, good jumbo.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Being chased out, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson, as the first half is winding down, and the Seahawks are able to strike for 6.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a first down throw, gone. He's got his man on the crossing route. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. The final shot before break here. Goff. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this one is incomplete. We now proceed to the start of the second half. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he almost flirted with disaster there, but it does get into the end zone before going out, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And out now come the Seahawks. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Tempo.
On second down, here's Wilson. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jonathan Hankins forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Operating from the gun, Wilson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And a penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. From the gun, Wilson. Buying time to his left. He finds his man, Baldwin. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Wilson to throw on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Aaron Donald in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. from midfield now. Here's Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. On the handoff, it's Gurley. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. The Rams on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and a mile. From the gun, here's Goff. Looking deep downfield. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Returnable for Lockett. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done. Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball.
Tempo, tempo. 95, 95. 95, 95.
Here's Wilson looking to throw on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one. Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right? Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off. They go play action here on 1st down. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll wind up up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down at the 28. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Steps away to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Gotta go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field. And
he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
14.
To throw on 2nd down is gone. Escaping the pressure right. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Gurley again here on 1st down. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Now it's Goff off the bootleg. And he finds a man on a crossing route. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On 2nd down, here's Goff. Dumps it off to Gurley. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. On 1st and 10, Goff. Throw left side, complete to Kupp. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
All right. Come on out.
Here's Goff. This will be caught at about the 5. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. And this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a 2-point conversion. A big play coming now for the Rams as they'll go for 2.
Super one, super one.
They'll try and run it with Gurley. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. And so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Only 1 timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have 1 timeout left, and that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can.
Not with my chicken scratch, not at all.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years.